Hello viewers, you're welcome on board. Today I'll be giving a tutorial on vocal culturing and vocal exercise. When I say vocal culturing, it has to do with the manner at which you use your vocals. That is vocal culturing. How to control your vocals to sound right. So that's for vocal culturing, and vocal exercise has to do with the needful, what you need to do in order for your vocals to be healthy. So first and foremost, we're talking about vocal culturing today. There are certain things that you are supposed to keep on your minds when doing any vocals. Like, okay, when you're trying to record a song, you try as much as you can to avoid stressing your vocals. Don't shout. Keep a very sound kind of talking ability, like you don't strain your voice. And when going for recordings, you don't have to eat much. If possible, you don't even have to eat. Just maintain that level of eating light. When you eat light or you take fruits, it will help you in order for you to have the right vocal ability, because your vocal cord doesn't need anything to fill in those spaces. Just as you know that it is necessary to keep yourself light when you're doing any vocal recordings. It is very important for you to understand the fact that good music comes from the belly, not from the throat. It comes from your belly, I repeat. That's where you sound good music from. Then exercises that is needed as someone that has to do vocals. There are certain exercises like you breathe in. When you breathe in, you sustain your breath inside of you. You start releasing it bit by bit. Don't throw out all the breath. That has to do with your breath control. It is very important as a good vocalist to know how to manage your breath, because that's what helps you to sustain everything that you're doing that has to do with your vocal delivery. So you breathe in, like you hold it inside of you, then you begin to release it as you're doing every bit of bars, because music is in bars. As you're dropping your bars, you let them release themselves just as you are doing your vocal bars, like you're dropping your bars on your songs. So in order for you to sustain, there is need for you to take a lot of breath or a lot of air. You take a lot of air, you sustain it inside of you. For example, do something like this. So that's I did because I was able to take in enough breath to be able to sustain the sulfur notation, that is do, that I am to stress. It is important as a good vocalist, whether you sing or you do rap, for you to be able to manage your breath. That is breath control. It's very paramount. You have to know how to use your breath in order for you not to get exhausted or choke while you're singing. So vocal culture, vocal exercise, these are good things that every vocalist needs in order for you to keep a sound delivery, as it has to do with vocal delivery or vocal cultures. So culturally, in music, one has to avoid some certain things when you know you're a vocalist, endeavor to stay away from taking cold or chilled water. Maintain what we call home temperature. That's normal water is what you're supposed to take in. It's very important to note this. And always eat healthy, eat light. When you know you have a recording to do, do not start eating so much that your vocal cord doesn't have a place to expand in order for you to be able to do those riffs and runs. One more thing, do note that it is not good for you as a vocalist to start taking too many high keys. Everybody as an individual, we all have our different keys. When you're scoring a song, like you're trying to do someone else's song, then you can try to sound according to that person. But when you're recording your own personal song, it is good for you to take the best suitable key. I repeat, it is good for you to take the best suitable key when recording your own personal song. That's how to sound right. Don't mimic nobody. You don't have to sound nobody. In order for you to be original, then you have to make sure you sound you. You can score other people's work. I'm not disputing that indefatigable fact. You can get to score other people's work, but when you're recording your own personal song, it is good for you to get the best suitable key, and do not take a key that is going to make you strain your voice or damage your voice. And at any given time when you have a damaged vocals, these are steps to take. You try within that period to stay away from cold things, whether drink, either in water or any other kind of liquid. Try to stay away from cold things, and do not go further vibrating or shouting. Maintain a very calm way of talking, and do the breath exercise. You could do it with one note, like you choose to do sofa notation that has to do with just do, or you choose to do the complete sofa notation that is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ascending and descending order. You can do that with the timing of claps, like okay, you do it and you clap to time yourself. Ensure that you do not cheat yourself. When I mean you do not cheat yourself, take in enough breath while you're doing this and sustain your breath. Don't release everything at once. Just let them release itself freely, not you forcing them out or gassing out before you drop your sofa notation. So you can take from your do from your tonic to your octave, back to your tonic, flip all this over and over again. Try to do it on one key, move to the other, move to a higher key. Just do these exercises. It will help to really build your vocal. And there are more vocal cultures or vocal culturings that will come by in subsequent of my lessons. So I urge you to keep your eyes and keep your fingers crossed. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Jazzy Prince. Do well to drop your comments, and whatever you're facing as regards vocals, let me know, and by God's grace we'll be able to propound solution. I'm Jazzy Prince. God is the King. He made me, I makes music.
You be the face of my mood.